Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you for coming into what?
This is technically episode 3.
Technically episode 3, but
we're just gonna start
week 4
week
for
4.
us.
But we're just gonna. I'm just gonna start calling it by the episode, because it got a little too complicated.
Yeah.
I was calling it when I was titling our Google Docs. Because one thing about me is I'm a Google Doc girly,
which we need. We need the organization.
Yeah, I'm the organizer, and Mike's the face. Mm-hmm. Truly. So when I was making the Google Doc, I went to go name it episode 4, but then I was like, you know what? We need to just start calling it what it is.
Yeah.
This is episode 3.
Yeah, I'm into it.
So here we are.
So episode 3, and let's dive right in.
And I want to start off by saying I get fired up a little easily. So if you see me getting a little fired up today, just know that it's because I am mad. I'm mad, and there's a lot that I want to say, but I want to start off first by just saying, the basics, and just say what we're going to talk about is what happened on Friday with the Supreme Court.
Yep.
So Friday, I was at school, my last day of school teaching for the summer, and I went to go to lunch, and I opened up my phone, and I saw that Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Yeah.
Which means that abortion is no longer a protected constitutional right in this country, which was a lot to take in at one point in time.
Yeah. And I can only, again, as I feel like a woman adjacent, even I will never have an abortion. I will never have to go through that. But I'm so, I have so many girlfriends and a sister and cousins. It's I literally had to shut my computer. I was in the middle of talking to my boss, and I saw that, and I was I need to take a moment, and I literally cried.
Yeah, I was talking to some of my colleagues at work, and I was like, it was just sickening. I felt literally sick to my stomach when I heard it.
It's literally, there are no words. It's even how I was talking to my friend the other day that was asking me we were just talking about the 4th because it's obviously this weekend. I was there's nothing to be proud of. It's a day that we're going to have fireworks and eat a hot dog. It's
just hard to celebrate independence when all of a sudden a little bit of your independence is taken away.
Yeah.
So we're not going to get into the whole, the ground rules of it and whatever. We're just here to just talk a little bit about it because basically, here's what I have to say. Yeah. I'm pro-choice. I always have been. I always will be. But I want to take a minute, and I just want to acknowledge the fact that, I'm not, while I am a woman and I do have a uterus, I'm not the victim here because, one, we live in a state where our access to an abortion is protected. And also, my access to an abortion will never be nearly as limited as people who are in low-income communities, minorities, marginalized people, states where it's no longer legal. So yeah, it does impact me, but for me, I'm fighting for the people who could die or could suffer greatly, due to the lack of access.
Absolutely.
Strictly because abortion is healthcare, and at the end of the day, that is that. And I've seen so many influencers, podcasters saying, we're not commenting on that because we keep it light and we don't talk about politics.
It's so crazy to even see.
It really is, and it's painful.
I'm not talking about that.
And it's really making me see a lot of people in a different light.
Yep.
But, we're not talking about that. We want to keep it light. We don't want to talk about politics. This isn't a political issue. It's a human rights issue.
Yep.
And I read somewhere that one podcast in particular said something along the lines of this is our platform and we're going to use it how we're going to use it. And if you don't like it, build your own. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
You and I are doing that.
We are, like Rinna said, we are going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
And it was one of the first things we talked about when we were going over what we want to talk about this week was how are we addressing Friday? It wasn't should we? It's how do we go about this?
It was never a question of should we, because
no, never.
We have this platform and we're going to use it to.
And even without a podcast, we would saying we
were
vocal on Friday.
Of course. So that's that. We're going to have some resources linked in our bio, linked on our Instagram, and linked in our episode description.
But
that's our stance on that.
Yeah.
Anything else to add?
No, I think coming from there was a post I shared yesterday, and it was just a letter to queer men. And it was more so which I really loved. It was about how women have always been a safe space for us, and it's so true. Being closeted and just naturally being drawn to more feminine things, and when you're in middle school, my girlfriends allowed me to be an authentic version of myself without even me realizing that. So it's, as the girls are so quick to come to Pride, and I would say from a male stance and in the queer community, it's our time to rally for our girls, and their rights are just as important as ours, and we need to be a united front on this.
For sure.
Because this is only the beginning. And if you don't think gay marriage is next on the chopping block or next for a decision, and again, I have a privilege of living in Massachusetts that I don't feel as scared as I would if I lived in Texas. But I think we need to band together, and I'm here for whatever you need.
Thank you. And I think one last thing that I want to point out that I feel I've been trying to watch my wording, because instead of saying women or anything like that, I've been trying to be really careful about people with a uterus.
Correct.
So just another thing to keep in mind, because that's important.
Absolutely.
So with all that, many things being said, let's dive on into, as the podcasters say, something a little bit lighter.
Yeah. Which honestly, it's a pretty heavy news this week, I feel.
It is pretty heavy news. I feel our topics we're trying to pick the fluffiest things that we possibly can.
Yeah.
Because what good news is there currently? Not much.
I know.
So how was your week? What's new? How's things? Aside from all of that craziness.
Yeah, aside from all of that, the week has been, I'd say, good. I mean, I think I had a bridal shower on
I saw that
Saturday.
That was at Granite Links.
Yeah, Granite Links.
Granite Links is a beautiful golf course near where we live, if you're listening from far away. I got married there, actually.
Oh, I have a wedding there in October.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that.
It's a gorgeous venue.
Great mudslide. I golfed for the first time, really.
Oh my God,
I was
how
not
was
good
it?
at it. It's I was bad.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
We have here at our studios where we produce where our podcast is produced. We don't produce it. We have a producer. His name is Justin, and he's great. And here where our podcast is produced, they have a golf podcast. So we should probably get you on there now that you're a golfer.
Yeah, now that I'm basically coming for Tiger Woods.
Yeah. Tiger Woods who?
Exactly.
I don't know him.
I'm the new face of Gatorade.
Exactly. Fellas on the scramble, give Mike a call. He'd be happy to be on there.
Absolutely. Let's just talk about where we do this, because I just said to Abby, I feel
I actually got a lot of questions. People being tell us about this.
I feel we're in a Barstool vibe.
It's big Barstool.
It's a lot. It's
but I feel they care about women.
Oh yeah. No, not hey, even he made a stance, and I was
I actually did see that.
And okay, so
I hate to give props
exposing
to
myself
Dave
more on the main, I've become, because of their new gay podcast.
I love Joey Camasta.
So I love him. Joey Camasta is Snooki's gay best friend. He does all her makeup forever. So I've always known who he was, and I saw him do a guest. I'm I'll listen to this.
Yeah.
And then he became the permanent co-host, and now I'm obsessed with this gay Barstool podcast.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's so funny.
Out and about is what it's called.
Yeah, out and about.
Cute.
And then they also Barstool's doing their own challenge right now on YouTube every night, and it's been my highlight at bed.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
One of my friends is on it.
Who?
My friend Dana.
Dana's your friend?
Yeah, Dana, if you're watching this, hi.
Really?
Yeah, Dana. So Dana used to have a podcast before we've ever worked at Barstool. Dana and my friend Rob Jones, and they, not to use his full government name on the pod, but Rob and Dana, they had a podcast together, and it was called I'd Rather Not. And I went on for one episode, and we had so much fun together.
Oh my God, I think he's the hottest one on the show too.
He is quite handsome. I
agree
with you.
Wow, I love that.
I'll have to see if I can get him on the pod.
Yeah, we definitely. Well, anyway, so their show, and it's so funny. It's like the challenge. It's like Road Rules, really.
Really?
And they're all in like this little RV that's all like sponsored by High Noon, and then they do like these random challenges.
Wait, that's so fun.
Yeah, and I think the finale will be Friday, and it's in Boston. They like do 5 different cities.
Wow, I love that.
So, anyways.
But anyway, so where we record, it's a big. It's like it's giving bro energy, but in a polite way.
It's like your dad's man cave.
Yeah.
Big couches.
That's why we record in this room, because in the other room you'll see it on the other podcasts. If you listen to like Steele and Naz or any of those other local podcasts, they record in that room, and it's sports memorabilia.
Yeah, it's the man cave of your dreams.
Such a man cave. And sometimes we'll come out and they'll just be like dudes hanging out here,
drinking beer and like
just chilling.
And Abby's more broy than me. I'm like, hey.
I just know them. Like it's a Quincy thing. Just a Quincy girly with some Quincy guys. But yeah, it's a great studio where we record here. We're big fans, and they've been so supportive of us. And
so basically, where I said to Abby, I'm like, we're the chicks in the office.
We're the chicks in the office of Hedge Better Studios.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
We really are.
But anyways, so yeah, Quincy. I went to the bridal shower. It was so much fun. I got a little turn at Granite Links,
as you should.
And then I went to my friend's pool on Sunday.
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm a pool. Like, I don't care if I'm a pool slut.
I like a good pool too. I'm an ocean girl at heart, but I do love the pool.
I love a beach moment. I feel like that's where you get the most sun. I just feel like something about.
But if you're not in it for the long haul, pool's better option.
Well,
for
I'm a
short term.
beach by 9. If I'm not on
me too.
The beach by 9, I shouldn't even go.
No, if I'm going to the beach, it's a 9 to 5 beach day.
Yeah. Pack your bags.
Don't ask me to leave like at 3:00.
No, we're not leaving at 3 unless I'm fully sunned out. If it was like a really crazy Sunday, but even then I'm like, no. And then you need the post beach snack. That's like my favorite, where you like stop at like a Dunkin'
little beach shack,
or like get like a little like slush.
That. Perfect. That is the ideal day.
Yeah.
And I had quite a similar day to that, actually. Speaking of the beach, so I literally just said to Mike, again, if you have not watched The Summer I Turned Pretty yet, what are you doing?
I know. Well, how did you even make it to this episode?
Just stop right here and go watch it immediately. It is so good. I can't stop talking about it.
No, I've told my friends who are active listeners, they'll like send me comments after every episode's post, and I was like, oh, if you haven't finished, like, you need to stop immediately, because we don't even care. Like, we spoil the whole show. And
we got so many DMs actually about, like, anytime we posted anything on the Talk of the Townies story about The Summer I Turned Pretty, we got so many DMs. One was from Mike posted something, and it was like, you know, what am I supposed to do, like, now that this is over? And I'm bawling my eyes out.
I know. I'm so jealous of people who still haven't watched.
I know. I can't wait to watch it again, honestly. But I've just been listening to the soundtrack, and it's been scratching the itch for me. But one that responded to us was my eyebrow lady, and she's wonderful. Her name is Jen, and she's fantastic. And she was like, how do you think I feel? Like, she's a mom of 2 kids. And she was like, I'm watching this, and she was like, I can't.
Because it's not for kids, it's for us. It's literally not a kid show.
It's not. It's really not. But anyway, so I'm really out here living my Belly Conklin summer because we all know I'm a Cape girly. And that's actually a fun fact about me, is I used to be a Vineyard girly. And in the recent years, I've made the switch since I started dating my husband to being a Cape girly, because his family has a house down there. And I'm okay with the switch. I love
since you married Connor.
Yeah, Conrad.
Conrad. I know, sorry. What's I'm used to calling him Connie, but then I've gotten called out for saying that.
No, I did. I married a Conrad. He was a little nicer than Conrad, though, I will say that. Less baggage, but yeah. He's just like less emotional baggage. Yeah. He's too nice to have all that. But anyway, so I went down the Cape. Friday was my last day of school. Summer vibes coming from me. So I had my end of year party, and then I got right in the car, drove down the Cape, went to my friend Amelia's house, and woke up Saturday morning, and we actually did like a bus to the Beachcomber.
Love.
Ugh, it was amazing. It was so much fun. We had such a good day. The weather was absolutely perfect, because it was hot here at home, but it was like perfect beach weather there.
I love their merch.
Oh, I have never been there and not bought a $65 sweatshirt.
I want one of their long sleeves so bad. I've like always gone to like order them online.
Oh, next time I go, I'll get you one. I got the cutest Like, I got an extra large crew neck just to wear it as a literal dress. And it's so cute.
Which is so New England. Like,
So
the
New England.
oversized crew neck and, like, the, like, heather gray with the navy font or anything like that is just so...
It's perfect.
Like, we invented that.
It's quintessential. We really did. And you know who else really leaned into that? Princess Diana, of course.
Which, I mean...
That's the vibe.
The vibe.
I love a good long sweatshirt and a biker short. But so I did that Saturday, and then Saturday we got back later Saturday night at like 7:30. We got ready, we showered, and this is the summer, and I keep joking about this, but like I'm having a summer of me.
Oh, yes.
Like I really am. And my friends were like, "Do you want to go out?" And one thing about me is I'm not usually I've become a grandma in the last like 5 years.
Coastal grandma.
It's giving coastal grandmother. And they were like, "Do you want to go out?" And I was like, "You know what? Yeah, I do want to go out." So I went out, had some tequila lemonades, had a great time. And
is that your drink for the summer?
No, but there was this little bartender, and he was little and didn't really seem like he knew what he was doing. And I was like, "Oh, make me something, whatever you want." And he made me a tequila lemonade.
That feels like heartburn to me.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm an omeprazole girly. I doubled up on the omeprazole because I knew
there was no way I could have even made it through drinking anything with lemonade all night.
No, but it was very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm not a tequila girl.
Really?
I can't do it.
I would prefer a vodka, but I would drink a tequila.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Just the combination of the two of them, it just felt like a nice little summer treat. So, and then I woke up Sunday morning, and I was gonna come home because I still had one more day of school left, not with kids, just like stuff to do and meetings and things like that. So I was gonna just come home and go grocery shopping and do all that stuff. And my friends were like, "Stay and we'll go to Mayflower Beach." And I was like, "You know what? Life's too damn short to not just go to the beach with your friends."
Go to the beach.
So I did, and we went to Mayflower, and it was absolutely gorgeous. It was another perfect beach day. Then got in the car, we went and we had some dinner, and then I got in the car, came home, and got home at like 10:30, and it was lovely. And that's actually, we were recording the podcast a day early, and I asked Mike if we could do it, and I obviously didn't give a reason why. I just said, "Can we?" He said yes graciously, but it's because I'm going back down the Cape tomorrow.
Oh, I figured it was. It's the 4th.
It's
Cape
the 4th,
vibes.
yeah. So I'm going down tomorrow, and
love.
Yeah, we'll go from there. So that's it, and then
that's quick life updates.
Quick little life updates. Oh, and then Mike and I were talking today. I'm redoing my kitchen, housewife tings for anybody wondering. And Mike summed up my feelings on it perfectly. I feel like I'm a sim.
Yeah, I think I was.
I'm building my
Sim exact
house.
response. She's like, "Oh, I have to go look at like cabinets. Is that countertops?"
And
I was
appliances.
like, I literally was like, "Oh my god, that's like my dream to just be like a wife and go pick out like stuff in my kitchen." I feel like it would be like being a sim.
Yeah, it is a little bit like being a sim. The appliances
without the money cheat.
Right. Yeah, without the money cheat. That's for sure. No, it was cool though. I picked out some appliances. The only thing that's kind of stressful, and obviously nobody cares, but is like picking out granite. I don't know anything about rock.
I mean, it's stressful in The Sims. I can only imagine IRL, but
because you're playing with real money in this day and age.
Exactly.
But anyways, so that's that. Anything else?
No, I feel like my other big thing has just been Bravo news. So I feel like this is a good
So let's dive on in. So before we get into some other stuff, we're going to talk first and foremost about the Summer House Shakeups, which this is Mike's wheelhouse. Mike, take it away.
So Summer House, if like you don't watch, because it did start off as one of Bravo's like slept on shows. Like
I slept on it for a while.
Yeah, and then I feel like season 4 is when it like made a pivot, and now it's like I would say Vanderpump status.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
I feel like Summer
totally
House
agree.
is the new It Girl of Bravo, which I love. I love
a young up and coming cast.
Yeah,
like, they're not too famous yet. They're starting to get there.
But it's still fun enough. And it's
summer should be fun.
Exactly. Summer should be fun. Quarantine summer, no fun. But it's basically like Real World of the Hamptons Real World. So like it's like all the cast is kind of interchanged, but we have like our core 5 that have been there for like a while now.
And can I just preface by saying I was scared to start watching it because I hadn't watched every season. And you were like, just jump in. Like, you'll get the vibe as you go.
Yeah.
And I did very much get the vibe as I went. So if you're interested, I would recommend maybe watch this last season.
I would start if you haven't jumped in, because it's not as much of a commitment as Housewives.
No, not even close.
It's only like 8 to 10
And it's
episodes
definitely
a
not as
season,
much-
and they just recently started getting reunions, and they're like 1 to 2 parts. It's
Yeah.
not like anything major.
It's definitely not as much as like Drag Race. Like when you
No.
recommended all that to me, I was like, ooh,
No,
boy,
no.
but
I would say like start at season 3. I would say season 3 was when it like made the
what
pivot.
are we on now?
They're filming season 7.
Okay.
So season 3 is when Hannah Berner and Paige DeSorbro joined the cast.
Okay.
And they've been like, they're kind of like, I think I credit them for making a little bit more mainstream. Like they both worked for Betches when they first came on. So they
Right.
already kind of had a little following. It was
Yeah.
like, they knew how to do social media really well. So they were
Right.
good for like promoting it. So I think that's like a turnaround season for them. But anyways, the last current cast, we had like 3 really hot guys, Luke, Andrea, and Alex. And Luke has been on since season, I believe, 5. So, and he's also like, they have a spinoff Winter House, he was on that. And like, he was like kind of a focal for the cast. And then Andrea started on Winter House. And he's like, has 1 million followers. He's a hot Italian model. He was in the Blank Space music video. Like really great.
He was? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he's in
He
the Blank.
is
Yeah, he's
quite
and
attractive.
he was like, you met him on Winter House, so you kind of already knew him. You kind of fell in love with him.
Yeah.
He was so cute. And then there was this guy, Alex, who had a great body. He was a Barry's trainer in New York. But the personality like didn't, I think, come through on camera. And he low-key got edited out like halfway through and then like bumped back in like 2 episodes before the finale. So it's like I knew he was gonna be gone. And we also have Sierra, who was new on season 6 and was also on Winter House, had like some big beef with like Austin from Southern Charm and Lindsay, who was a main cast member. So like she had a little drama this season where she threw a glass on one of the castmates. So like I've heard 2 versions that she's either going to be like a friend of the cast or like she's still full time, because I heard she has a redemption arc on Winter House that will air.
Oh, well, that would be nice to hear.
So I think that's like, I feel confident that Sierra still will be full time.
Yeah.
But the 3 guys have gotten cut.
All 3 of that's definite.
All 3 are done. So
Interesting.
Andrea, who was a fan favorite, got cut because of his girlfriend. Producers didn't want his girlfriend Lexi on the show. I heard that,
yep.
And so Andrea didn't come to Winter House that filmed February. Winter House season 2, which filmed February for 2 weeks, end of February into early March. And he did not come and film on that because he went to Hawaii with Lexi. So like he's made it clear that like his new girlfriend is like a priority for him. So producers were like, goodbye. Alex was already goodbye. Like you got edited out on your season you filmed.
I didn't mind him, honestly. I just think he was a little beige.
Yeah.
Like he was a little bit like the color beige, just kind of there.
Yeah. Like he just didn't like do anything. I didn't hate him. I didn't love him. I mean, some people like in the Bravo fandom have been like, he deserved a season 2. And like, quite frankly, I disagree, but like he's done. Luke, on the other hand, is like kind of a shock to people who are like outside of the Bravo universe, like not in the nitty gritty trenches like I am.
But Luke was barely on this season.
Yes, Luke was barely on. Because he lives in, I think, Minnesota, I feel like, or Michigan, one of the middle America M's. And he was there early summer last year, didn't show up to the Hamptons until like midway through and then like finished out. And he really hasn't had a storyline.
It's Minnesota, I looked up.
Yeah, thank you, Minnesota. He really hasn't had a storyline since him and Hannah like had their big falling out in season 5, which was Hannah's last season. So like basically what came out on DeuxMoi early March while they were filming Winter House season 2 was that like there was a rumor that like a Bravo fuckboy had gotten kicked off of the show mid-filming because of some type of like assault vibes.
Oh, really? I
but
didn't
then
hear
that
this.
was quickly changed. Was like my source was wrong.
Okay.
And then so that I like at first everyone thought it was Austin, but like I didn't think Austin would after like how bad of a rap
he looked so bad in this past season of Summer House.
I felt like it was Luke. And then because he was kind of creepy with that girl Julia. Did you watch Winter House?
No.
So he was like weird with another little blonde, like who had a boyfriend. He was like coming on too hard. So I was like, I feel like he's like looking for a girl to latch onto for a storyline, truthfully. And so basically that's kind of what was confirmed. Like his Winter House season 2 is like not going to be good. And it was kind of his final straw with production. So he got cut as well. And Luke made like an official statement on Instagram Live yesterday that was like, was not my choice. I'm sad I can't party with my friends this summer, but like
bummer.
I won't be back.
Well, it's not really a bummer. I wasn't like Luke's biggest
Yeah,
fan.
I don't like Luke at all.
Yeah,
I heard he's like had a couple times where like the cast he had to leave the filming house because the cast didn't feel safe, which is like
I hate
so annoying that like Sierra got such like a thrown through the mud for throwing a piece of like, not like she didn't need to throw the glass at Danielle, but like she's getting like thrown through the coals by everyone. But like because Luke got a good edit, we didn't see that he punched a hole through the wall on season 5 when he fought with Carl and had to go to the hospital.
Right.
You know,
yeah,
so
I agree with you.
So
can you back me up, because that I never watched the season, and you can tell me if you don't want to talk about this, but Luke and Hannah had beef.
So Luke and Hannah, when he first came on season 5 with,
and I know Hannah's kind of a polarizing, people either like her or don't like her.
Hannah is one you either love her or hate her. I personally I like Hannah a lot. Like I was kind of off the Hannah train when she was off the show because I liked Paige like kind of being her own person because I'm a Paige stan.
Yeah, I like Paige too.
But I saw Giggly Squad live in March when they were here in Boston, and that like pulled me back in. Like I love Hannah. And so Hannah was dating Luke. Luke kind of like friend zoned her, but like also still like entertained her that whole like quarantine. So when they came to film in 2020, which was like a whole different like concept, because before they would film them like a couple scenes in New York while they were doing their job, but then like would film at the Hamptons. Like during quarantine summer, they stayed in the house for a full 6 weeks and did not leave. Oh. So it really was like the real world, which like they've always kind of had that escape of going home on the weekend. Right. So I think that was so. When Sierra came on, Luke was trying to get with her, and then Hannah like looked like she was kind to be too good of friends with Sierra because of like getting with the new girl who like likes the guy you like. And it was like a weird dynamic, and like that's why Luke and Hannah like fell off, and that's kind of why like Hannah was like, I quit the show. Like she didn't come back after that season.
So that's interesting. So I guess they're allegedly, I read somewhere, starting to film this weekend for the 4th.
Yes, they always start. They used to start on Memorial Day, the early seasons. Like it would be like May to Labor Day. Which
I wish they would. I feel like that's perfect.
Yeah, and now it's like the 4th. It's a little bit more condensed, but I think they go a little longer. Like
like a little
past Labor Day. I know last year too they filmed like Kyle and Amanda's wedding, so it was like a longer thing.
Which I have opinions on that.
I know.
I hate Kyle. I'm sorry. I think Kyle is the biggest loser on this planet. I think. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't. You know, like I think.
You think he got a bad edit?
No. I think Kyle's like a man child, but like I don't hate him, but I also like I do think Amanda could do better.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. Amanda could do 1,000,000 times better. Kyle. This past season
was bad for him. It really was.
It was like.
So I'm excited. I'm hoping that like now that the wedding's done,
maybe he'll get a redemption
arc. I feel
arc.
like they'll just be like they don't have like they're just like a fun young married couple now. I think he turns 40 this year actually, and
that cannot be true.
I think so because they always do his birthday in August, and I think he turned 39.
Oh my God, he's 39. He'll turn 40 in August.
Yeah, so they'll do Kyle's 40th on this show.
Well, you know what I'll say? As much as I absolutely despise Kyle, he looks great for almost 40.
Yeah, and he's like a businessman. You know those shorts?
But this is it's hard for me. Well, it's not hard for me. It's actually quite easy for me to separate the business from the man when it comes to the businessman of it all. Because I love Loverboy. Big fan of Loverboy. I just think Kyle stinks.
I know. See, I'm not a big fan.
And now we'll never get a Loverboy sponsorship.
I'm not a big fan of Loverboy. We wouldn't because I'm not a big fan of the Loverboy drink.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't really like them. But I love their merch.
They do give me indigestion, though, I
love their sweatshirt. I love their long sleeves. Like, their merch is so friggin' cute.
I do enjoy their merch.
That I will always support.
I just cannot believe that Kyle is 39.
Yeah.
How old? And Amanda's 29.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do love an age gap, but Yeah, I would never guess from a picture of them that
No,
they're...
he looks good. He looks
great.
good. He looks...
Kyle, who's your Botox person? Call us.
Seriously, he's growing out a mullet. So his big thing is like he always likes a mullet wig.
Oh,
so yeah, he's growing out the
He
mullet.
really is growing it out?
Mm-hmm. He had it in Italy.
That's crazy. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. So
I'm trying to
that's
think.
that.
Yeah, I think filming will be... I'm excited to see... I'm excited to see who gets put on.
Yeah.
I'm manifesting like a fun gay cast member.
Nice. That would be different.
I want it. They had one in the first 2 seasons, but he was like a Duddiana. So like, I can't with Steven. I act like he didn't exist. Yeah. He was just so boring.
Yeah.
But I'm manifesting a fun gay. I'd love like a new hot guy. We need like a little eye candy. Carl and Kyle are like, they've been there forever. Carl's now dating Lindsay.
I love Carl.
I love Carl too.
I love Carl.
Carl's my birthday twin.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I just think I think the world of him. I really do. I just love him.
I wish like you could go see what a fuckboy he was in the beginning.
You know what? I've heard that.
Like the glow up Carl has had is astonishing, and I will always have a soft spot for him. But
I'm interested to see what happens in Winter House, just because the end of this season, it seemed like when they filmed the reunion.
Oh, Winter House had just wrapped like 2 weeks before that.
Yes, and it seemed like there was some big issue between Lindsay and Paige.
Because I can tell you, obviously I know.
Okay, of course you can, because he's the Bravo Bottoms.
Lindsay is rumored to be gets in a huge... So Lindsay and Carl make a quick stunt. Like, they're not in the full cast. They make an appearance.
In Winter House.
Yes.
But Winter House is only 2 weeks?
They film for 2 weeks that basically stretch it to 8 to 10 episodes.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, it's like 17 days, basically. Like that's 2 weeks in a weekend. But cameras are on you 24 hours.
Right.
So the cast is really cool, actually, because you watch Vanderpump, right?
Yeah.
So the Toms are there.
The Toms are in the Winter House?
And even better, the Toms are in the Winter House when the divorce is announced.
No.
So cameras are on Tom when the divorce is announced.
Wait, that's crazy. My mom's gonna die.
Mom,
did you hear that?
The Toms were supposed to be on season 1.
Really?
And they both denied.
But they're not New York boys.
Well, they need the Southern Charm. It was kind of like, it's kind of like Winter House was like what Ultimate Girls Trip was. Okay. But now it's just like basically the Southern Charm Winter House collab, whatever. But the Toms are on it this season. And then we have 2 new girls and 1 new guy, plus the original cast minus.
Where do they film this? Vermont or something?
Stowe.
Oh, Stowe, Vermont. Okay, cool.
So it's Kyle, Amanda, Paige, Craig, Austin, Luke, Sierra, Craig's roommate from college. I can't remember his name. I'll put them all on the Instagram because obviously I already follow them. Yeah. This cute little new blonde girl. And this girl, Rachel, who was the florist who saves Kyle and Amanda's wedding.
I saw that.
So those 3 are their 3 new people. And then Lindsay and Carl make like a quick appearance. Her and Craig fight, and then they leave. And they fight over Lindsay being the one to like stir up all that Kristen Cavallari drama.
Oh.
Is what I've heard.
That's interesting.
But Lindsay keeps saying nothing happened at Winter House, but everything I've read is that they get in a fight, and I would think it's very clear based off of Paige's demeanor during the reunion that like there was something that happened.
I always find it very interesting. Like, I will form my opinions from just watching, and then I'll go on Twitter, and everybody on Twitter has the complete polar opposite reaction to me.
But then Instagram has the
same reaction as me.
One of them are like completely. It's usually Twitter. My Twitter followers hate Paige.
No, my Twitter followers hate Paige too.
But then my Instagram girlies.
And love Lisa Vanderpump. I'm like, where are you? What?
Right?
It's like I don't even know
And
you.
then my Instagram people are like, we're all on board, except when it comes to Teresa. I'm usually a one man show.
Well, and you'll probably stay a one-man show.
Hey, from what I'm seeing, she ain't the problem. The season that's filming right now.
I saw that.
It's not her. Her and Marg are getting along. Marg just sent her some jewelry dishes. I think my girl is in the clear this season.
You could hope.
Fingers
it's a little
crossing.
too early to tell, Miss Girl. They've only been filming for a couple days. So he's like, oh my God, Teresa's been so great for 2 days. I'm so proud of her.
That's like 4 episodes of Teresa in a good light, and I'll take it. It's hard
you have to take what you can get.
It's hard having to step up to battle every winter.
I can imagine.
For my girl, but I do it. I do it with a smile on my face.
Loyalty.
I just love.
So true. Okay, so we just talked about that for 45 minutes, but and there's also a new Hamptons show coming out for Amazon Prime, and is that reality? Yeah,
it's giving Siesta Key Time Summer House. They work in the Hamptons. It's more like
so it's more like Jersey Shore.
I feel like it's more like poor Hamptons. You know,
okay.
Like I don't think it's like as elite.
Right.
I think like it's more. Did you ever watch the Martha's Vineyard show?
Yeah, I did.
The Vineyard on the ABC.
Of course I did.
So like
it's like that.
Me and my friend Maria Lanza, she's like a full name girl. I just like outed her name on the pod, but like she has
full government name on the pod.
She's a full first and last name.
That's twice today. We've used 2 people's government names on the podcast.
Whatever.
Sorry.
She'll love she is a first and last name girl. You can't just say Maria. Like, so anyways, me and her are the only 2 people that I ever knew watched it. Like this.
Now you got 3.
Yeah. Like the Vineyard walked so Summer House could run. Like The Vineyard was like ABC Families, Freeform. I think it was an ABC Family show at the time. Yeah. It took they all worked at the Black Dog restaurant.
Yeah, it was their version of Jersey Shore. It was the family-friendly version of Jersey Shore.
So corny, but I loved it.
Me too.
I loved it.
So I think they're trying.
It's giving me that vibe.
Yeah, so it's like Jersey Shore x the Hamptons.
Yeah, and there's a gay cast member.
Even better.
Yeah.
Thank you. It is still Pride Month. This is our last episode of Pride Month. Do you have anything to say?
I'm happy it's over. It was a long month
for you.
It was a long month.
But now it goes back to being my months.
I know.
Your month is over.
Yep.
It's not all about you anymore.
Nope. You get 11 out of 12.
Yep. So true. So now we're going to move on. We're going to chat. We're basically just from here on out talking about young Hollywood. Yeah. Really. It's the only thing on anybody's minds because summer, we all know, no real celebrities do anything interesting. Everybody knows this is their downtime. Yeah. I feel like there's just no,
it's like nothing. They all just finished award season. So they're all like prepping for like the next battles. Yeah. Or filming.
And I will say, speaking of award season, before I get into our young Hollywood topics, speaking of award season, I would like to formally retract a statement that I made before. I'm getting to be more all in on the Ryan Gosling of it all in the Barbie movie. The pictures that came out the other day, if you have not seen them, they're fantastic.
And I've also, so I just saw, first of all, I feel like what is the glimpses and pieces I've seen of this movie, I still don't know the plot.
What is this movie about?
So I don't know.
Like, is it giving Toy Story? I don't know.
No, because did you see the Will Ferrell's chasing them?
Yes.
So like Barbie like had to have escaped, and then there's a snippet of Ryan Gosling screaming when Barbie like punches someone, and it's giving GBF. It's not couple like I originally thought, and I'll post a video on the Instagram and like have you so you guys can all see it.
Are they a couple? Is that how it works?
Barbie and Ken?
Yeah.
Of course they were a couple. I thought
they were just like friends.
No. They were Barbie and Ken were they got broken up in like I think 2012.
Oh my God.
But they were an item.
Did they move on?
Yeah, Barbie and Ken broke up.
Is she still single?
She's I think a single girly now. Wow. But the way they had Ken scream and Ryan Gosling screamed, I'm like, oh.
I haven't seen it. You'll have to send it to me. But I'm feeling like I'm a little bit more all in now. I was feeling like he wasn't himbo enough, but the pictures, it's doing him justice.
Yeah, I just wish he was brunette.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's the only thing I wish. But I think the blonde's working. If it's going the friend route.
I think it's working for him. But I saw somewhere, I think I saw this on DeuxMoi, but I saw that like everybody's pushing heavily for Margot to someday get the Oscar for this, which when does this movie even come out? It's probably not for another year at least, if they're just filming it now.
Yeah, I would. The Oscar.
Because it's not going to be
Oscar worthy.
That's what everybody's saying.
I'm thinking she'll win the VMA.
No, I mean, for sure. But people are saying that like everybody is pushing for this to be like her Oscar performance.
She didn't win for I, Tonya?
No, I don't think so.
She should have won for Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
That's supporting.
Sure. I mean,
she should have. Her Harley Quinn's good too. I love her.
No, I love her too. But I did read somewhere that they're like really pushing. And it makes sense because I feel like same as Elvis, which I still haven't seen yet, but same as Elvis, like this movie already is being like shoved down my throat. It's like just all up in my face.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually not complaining because I actually do think it's going to be really good.
Well, I think with the Barbie stuff is that because it's gone through so many revisions, because I told you.
Yeah, I do remember you saying that.
So I think we're getting like these snippets very much like to show that like the kind of like this is the direction we're going without like saying it. But I still like I was into the She Who Must Not Be Named version.
Don't even. Trigger warning. Ugh. Awful.
Speaking of, I went to text you. Did you watch Only Murders in the Building?
I watched the first season.
You're not going to like the second season.
Wait, it came out already?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't start it yet. Is Amy Schumer in it?
Yeah.
No. Well, sorry, Only Murders. You just lost a fan.
Yeah. And I kind of like.
Don't even say it, Mike. Please. Please.
We
have a good thing going here.
I like the direction it's going.
Let's not ruin this with her.
And she's like in it as Amy Schumer. She like wants to buy
even worse.
She wants to buy it as their podcast and like make it a series.
That's literally even worse. We have to move on before I start talking about this. So first things first, we have so many shakeups in young Hollywood. Apparently, I just read this today, but Charlie D'Amelio and Landon Barker, who's Travis Barker's son, are reportedly dating, which it seems a little, kind of like how we talked about before, it seems a little good girl, emo boy.
Yeah, I love, I love.
Which I enjoy that trope immensely.
Yeah, I love it.
So I think that's actually not a horrible call.
And I think that's good. I think this is, I think it is a good thing for Hulu because they have the D'Amelio show.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
And I think the rumors of that, like the Kardashian Hulu show did not do well. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that the rumor?
The rumors are that like people are mad because the last episode, it looks like it was supposed to be in December, but there's an outfit that Courtney is wearing that was like clearly January. So it's like, they're like, people are like being like, I don't like how much control the Kardashians have. Which,
they're giving themselves a great edit.
Which then don't watch it.
Right, but like it's their show. That's
it's
the whole
their
point.
show, and they can do whatever they want, and I will continue to watch. But I think this.
That's tea. I never even thought of it that way, but that's a great point.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of Travis Barker, we just found out today speaking of Landon Barker, we just found out today that Travis Barker was hospitalized. And we didn't know. Well, we didn't know before, but as I was on my way in here, I got a notification that it was pancreatitis, which I forgot that Travis Barker is, as far as I know, as of like 2021, he's sober. And he had said somewhere, I read once that he had said that being in the plane crash is what helped him like get clean from his opioid addiction.
Good for him.
So I'm wishing him the best. I'm hoping that it all gets sorted out.
Yeah,
but I know that
that's scary.
Those are intertwined, like addiction issues and pancreatitis.
Yeah,
so,
it's big with, I'm pretty sure, alcoholism.
Yeah, I think so. So
thoughts and prayers
to Travis. And
then round up the Kardashian drama.
Yeah, we'll just talk about it. Devin and Kendall. I'm hearing conflicting reports, actually. I read somewhere that they broke up. Then DeuxMoi was saying that they're on again, off again, on again,
I heard
off
they're
again.
just like on a break, which is like nothing to be like too alarmed about. I live for the rumor that Kendall's lesbian.
Yeah, I would be here for that.
I loved that rumor for years.
I just think Kendall is number one, like trying to be a cool girl. She's just such a guy's girl. Every scene in this season that we just saw of Kardashians with Kendall, I just cringed.
Yeah, I mean, she is just so cringe because I feel like she tries to be like
tests show that I'm an athlete. I'm like, girl, give it up.
Yeah, and I just feel like she's just boring out of the rest of them. Like I want more about Kylie, truly.
Oh, totally. I think in this next season we'll get it. I think she kind of said I need to take a step back.
Yeah, and she like had the baby. Like we still don't even know the baby's name, the new baby.
Yeah, they'll definitely reveal it on the next season. I would assume.
Yeah, we'll just never know.
No. So going again with Young Hollywood, and this is just something that we can just quickly mention, which I saw today, that Hunter Schafer, who plays in Euphoria,
Yes.
who plays Jules in
Yes.
Euphoria, just got signed to do the new Hunger Games movie, which I don't know anything about.
It's the prequel.
Oh, it is the prequel. So who will Hunter Schafer be?
I didn't read it.
I didn't read it either.
Because I barely finished Mockingjay. But I heard it's like President Snow, like before he's president.
Oh, that would be tea.
So I don't know any of the characters, don't know anything about it, but I will watch it.
I'm here for it because I love Hunter Schafer.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
And she's dating...
What's his face?
The kid that plays Elliot.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name right now. Hold on. Talk for 10 seconds while I look it up.
I can't think of his name. Yeah, but they're dating, and you see Zendaya on the cover of Vogue?
I did. She's stunning.
Stunned. And I love how everyone like comments on it.
Oh,
like,
Dominic Fike.
Yes.
Sorry, it took me a second.
Yeah.
I'm here for it, but I heard that they're on again, off again, on again, off again, or perhaps in an open relationship.
Oh, these two?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they were on again, off again, on again, off again.
I think I read that on DeuxMoi.
Oh. They're hot. I'm good. Like,
yeah, I'm
love
happy
that.
for them. Except don't ever play me that one song from that one episode of Euphoria with him.
It was like the whole song. I know Euphoria.
I know.
Can't wait for that to come back in like 2025.
Actually, 2025. It'll be an eternity before it's back.
Yeah.
But it is so
Which
good.
makes me think they're going to do like a time jump. They're going to like, it's because the way it ended, where she was like, I stayed sober for all of that rest of high school that year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's picking up when, like directly after this. I feel like it's going to be like through college, because they hinted like Maddie moving away.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
There was like well, I
can't even let myself get wrapped up in it because like it's by the time I'm gonna have to watch it 3 more times before it even comes back just to remember what happened. And again, talking about Euphoria, another bit of information that we received is that Jacob Elordi is dating Olivia Jade Giannulli.
Yes,
I've
heard
juicy.
that. I heard he was dating her for a while. It's been like since winter. Whoever the last girl he was dating before her, like their quick little stunt, she fell in, like it was rumored like he was with her. You know what? We love a rebrand.
We love a rebrand. I'm happy for her. I think do I think she's changed? No.
No. God, no.
Do I think she's giving herself a redemption arc? Yes.
Definitely.
For sure. So
her mom like just made like her first appearance.
Oh yeah, since jail.
Yeah.
Prison.
Auntie, what's her name? Aunt Becky?
Aunt Becky. Wow.
TBT.
Well, good for them. I love Jacob Elordi. I think he is
I love him.
the finest man on the planet, besides my husband. I think he is just he's the complete package. He really is. He's everything.
Everything.
And I always have to check like before I say things like this to make sure that he's like, how old is he? I hope he's got to be.
I think he's like 22 or 23.
Okay, good. Because when I was watching The Summer I Turned Pretty, I was like thinking Conrad. I was like, oh my God, he is so cute. And before I like could vocalize those opinions, I was like, I have to check and make sure that he's old enough. And he's like 23.
Yeah. They're filming. Oh my God, they start filming season 2.
Oh, really?
I think this weekend or next weekend. Yeah.
Thank God.
I know.
Where do they film that? It has to be on the Cape, right?
No, it's where they filmed One Tree Hill.
Oh, right, you said that. North Carolina, Wilmington, North Carolina, yeah. Yep. So so I saw about Jacob Elordi and Olivia Jade. I did see on, again, DeuxMoi, like just this episode is basically just a DeuxMoi roundup. I saw on DeuxMoi that if they're either non-exclusive, or they're apart.
Yeah, actually, I saw the same thing because then the screenshot before that was about Charlie Puth and Renee Rapp, who they were rumored to be, and Renee Rapp was Regina George on Mean Girls the Musical, and she's in, I can't think of the name, but she's the blonde girl on Sex Life of College Girls.
Oh, okay.
So she's filming. She has an incredible voice. I'm obsessed with her. She's like my new number one. But she was rumored to be with Charlie Puth right before filming.
How long until they drop a song together?
please.
Soon,
But
I'm
I
sure.
don't think they're like exclusive or anything. That's what it said. It was like if they are still talking, but I doubt it because she is filming season 2 right now.
Interesting.
Yep.
And then we also found out today from multiple news sources that Bill Hader and Anna Kendrick have split.
Which is crazy.
I was actually happy for them. I think she's kind of annoying, but I love Bill Hader.
So I'm wondering, because did you see like Rachel Bilson just because she was dating Bill Hader before?
Yes,
and
I believe so.
she just came out and like said about how that relationship like rocked her on her podcast.
Rocked her in a good way or rocked
like,
her in a
like,
bad
no,
way?
like that relationship like took like that breaking up with him
breakup
like,
rocked her.
like ruined her. And so like
Really?
now she's talking about it 2 years later. And now Anna Kendrick and Bill
The
Hader.
timing seems a little conspicuous.
Timing
if you
seems
ask
I'm
me.
getting back with my ex, if
Yeah.
you're asking me.
Wow, interesting.
So we'll have to keep a close eye on that one.
I love Bill Hader, and this is just to get a little personal for a second, but something about Bill Hader I love is there's this video of Bill Hader, and I don't know if he was on a podcast or if it was in an interview. I think it was in an interview of some sort.
Wasn't in Trainwreck with Amy Schumer?
How dare you? I'm trying to get vulnerable here, and you're talking to me about Amy Schumer. How
It's
dare you?
when you're most vulnerable.
How dare you? It is when I'm most vulnerable is when she comes up. So he did this interview with somebody where he talks about how his whole life he struggled with anxiety. And he somebody sent it to me when I was like in the middle of having like a super anxious, I get really bad panic attacks.
Yeah.
And somebody sent it to me when I was in the middle of just a crazy anxious episode. And somebody sent it to me and it's basically him and he says, you know, I had to learn from an early age that I couldn't just shake my anxiety off of me. He was like, I have to wear it and carry it around with me like a backpack. So ever since then, like I've always thought about my anxiety as like a backpack. Like I never try to like be rid of it. I just think of it as like something I have to take with me when I go and like have it with me and keep it in check as I go.
To kind of even like just like look at
everything.
things like that.
It was, I'm not even kidding you, and I don't say this to be dramatic, even though I am extremely dramatic. It did change my life. When he said that, I was like, because I was always thinking like, how can I get rid of my anxiety? How can I make my anxiety go away? And it's like, girly pie, it's never going away. But I just thought it was an interesting kind of thing.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
But anyways.
So yeah, another famous Hollywood split, since we're on the topic, Leonardo DiCaprio and Camilla Morrone.
Yeah.
Allegedly have split. Which, if that's the case, I would like to see him with somebody who is also recently split, and that is
Anna Kendrick.
Amy Schumer. No. No, Gigi Hadid.
Oh.
I think a little Leo x Gigi Hadid would be nice.
I like that.
I think I heard her and Zayn are apart, co-parenting.
They've been apart.
Yeah.
Since that
whole
the
incident.
Yolanda of it all.
How did you feel about Yolanda when she was on Housewives?
I mean, I liked her because she was Gigi's mom.
I just love that she was in that one scene when I always think of the ASMR version when they're in, what is it, Amsterdam, when she's like, she goes, you beast. And she's like, who are you calling a beast?
Yeah, oh my God,
beast,
please. When they
beast. And the way she says it, like the st is so defined. And somebody redid it where they like whispered the entire thing and it was like, you beast.
I love that
so
little
funny.
ASMR.
It really cracked me up.
Gigi would be good. I feel like I saw like another breakup while clicking through DeuxMoi, but I remember the girl, but I can't remember who she was dating. And I remember thinking, oh, I didn't even know she was dating him. But they've broken
All
up
these
now.
young Hollywood couples. Like,
I know, but I wish I remember because it was Diana Agron.
Oh. Who Diana Agron was dating?
Yeah, they just broke up on, and it was like a big name. I like
Hold on.
didn't. I think it was Bradley Cooper.
It was.
Yeah, they're not together though anymore.
I did see that.
Which I didn't even know they were a thing. I kind of loved that.
Wow. I forgot that I don't think it was not super public. It was a DeuxMoi thing.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
I love
Well,
that for
I would
her.
have been here for that if it lasted a little
Me
bit longer.
too.
So that's kind of a bummer.
I would have rode the coattails. And also, it hasn't been announced, but it was rumored that NDAs got sent out. This is what I saw on DeuxMoi for Ben and JLo.
No.
For their wedding.
Wait, I didn't see that.
My friend Maria Lanza, she stays like glued to DeuxMoi and will just send me things. And
We'll have to have her on as our DeuxMoi consultant.
No, literally, she would die. And she had sent it to me, and she was like, "I'm pretty sure this is about Ben and J-Lo." And it, like, when I reread it, it was like, very anticipated wedding. NDAs have been sent out that it already happened.
Really?
Yeah. And then
I'll be honest, I thought that whole thing.
Shut your mouth.
Okay, fine. I won't say it. I won't say that I thought that whole thing was for publicity. I really did. I'm happy for them that it's not. I'll be honest with you. I'm happy that it was not publicity.
Oh my God. I was so into it.
I was so into it. But I really did think, I was like, oh, it's nice that they're doing this.
I love that they even edited out A-Rod and then filmed Ben for her Netflix documentary.
Wait, I didn't watch it. Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it either, but I heard it was all for the Super Bowl, and she was still with A-Rod at the time. And they took him out and brought him Ben.
That is tea. You know what? Her and A-Rod were never an OTP for me. I was never a stan.
Well, you know what? I won't say I was never not a stan. Like, I liked them. I was like, oh, that like makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. But you know what? Once you get a piece of Boston, you really can't give it up.
You just can't leave it. Did you see the new Top Gun movie by any chance?
No, I feel like it's like military propaganda.
Okay. Oh my God.
But
no, I never saw it either. I was just asking because I love Miles Teller.
Me too. I love him, and he looks so hot. And I like his coworker, Glenn. What's his face? Who was on Scream Queens? Yep. And that cute little Netflix movie.
Yeah. I love him, and one of the saddest days, because I loved him when he was in like all those. He was in Footloose. He was in, what was the movie?
He was in like he was
in a John Green movie.
Lot of the 2010 romance movies.
Whiplash. He was in
that cute one too. I think with Anna Kendrick, where they get like not Anna Kendrick, but they get like snowed in. Like a one night stand. I saw it on like Amazon Prime. I think it's like snowed in, or I think it's called One Night Stand actually.
It's not ringing a bell. But he was in Divergent.
Oh, Divergent. He was a dick in Divergent.
Yeah. He was in The Spectacular Now. There's some good films on here. I'm looking at his.
He was in Fantastic Four, the remake.
Fantastic Four. He was in Taylor Swift's I Bet You Think About Me music video.
Yes.
With his wife, who is stunning. But can I just say, when they got married, it was one of the saddest days of... Oh, Project X. I forgot. He was in Project X too.
Yeah.
One of the saddest days of my life when he got married. That was honestly a tragedy. I was so upset.
Isn't he in that like really intense movie with the girl from Secret Life of American Teenager that like everyone loves?
Yeah, I think that's The Spectacular Now.
Oh, is that it? I'd never seen it.
With Shailene Woodley, is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it is. And the day that he got married to his wife Kelly, I like put a picture of the two of them. Like when they posted it, I put a picture of it on my Instagram story with that song by Demi Lovato, and it's like, I'm happy for you.
Oh yeah, well that's how I feel every time like Gronk posts with Camille.
Yeah, that's so true.
You know, like I
that song and what's the other song? And it's like, Justin Bieber. That should be me
holding your hand.
Hey, that was pretty good,
right? That was young Bieb.
Yeah,
right there.
You did. You had the pitch.
Oh, always. And then like you'll play the Rascal Flatts version with him. That's another one I love.
There you go. Oh, and then the final one that we wanted to talk about real quick, because we got a long episode here, is DeuxMoi once again stated that, and this was a blind item, it was not revealed, but there was a blind item that an A-list singer who had just had it said something to the effect of like, had something wrong with her body where she could not do sexual intercourse things and things like that. And she was stepped out on by her partner. And when I went to the comments on Reveal Moi, everybody was saying, based off of the clues, that it was Rihanna and ASAP. You didn't see this?
No.
Oh yeah, it was juicy. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll read it from DeuxMoi, because I know I saw it on Reveal Moi.
I will die. She deserves the world.
I know. Let's see.
And she'll kill him.
Okay, here we go. This A-lister's beau couldn't wait 6 weeks for her to heal after her body went through something major, so he stepped out on her for the umpteenth time. But cheater's gonna cheat, and she seems to not care, or the relationship must be open. She deserves so much better than that trashy, rude boy. And the pseudonyms, please, was Talk That, and the email was
Rude boy
Talk
told me
That.
everything I need to know.
Right. So yeah, all of the
Oh my God, I'll die.
I know, poor Rihanna.
I feel like she's too much of a baddie to put up with that. So hopefully it's just a rumor, because it was already starting like before she gave birth that he was like cheating on her, and they like put
we all saw that picture of them in Carbone or somewhere in New York City, and they were beefing, and she got up from the table.
Love cafeteria in Boston.
Yes.
And Poorhouse Chicken Wings. She went back 2 nights in a row. Or not Poorhouse.
Yard House.
No, maybe it was Poorhouse. It's one of those like dirty little college bars. She like loves their chicken wings.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
The more you know.
I'm still waiting to see Zendaya around Boston filming
I feel like that
movie
movie's
here.
like done filming now.
No, she was just in Rhode Island.
Interesting.
Like a week ago, something like that.
Interesting. Yeah. Haven't ran into her either.
I never see anybody famous. All my summers on the vineyard, I never see anybody. The only famous person I've ever met, and I have met her multiple times, is Meg Ryan.
Oh, you got mail.
Yeah. And she, you know what? She's quite lovely, I'll be honest with you. She's very sweet. I saw Jay Leno there one time. That was fine. Spike Lee, I've seen him there.
Yeah. I met some cool people when I used to bartend.
Oh, I bet.
Steve Tyler.
Oh. Wait, I heard that he just went to rehab.
I think I saw that too. Who else did I
Prayers
meet?
for him.
The guy who played Tony Soprano.
What? James Gandolfini?
Yeah.
I love him. Wow.
Guy Fieri.
What? Flavortown?
Yep, he was filming at a place next door. Came in for a lobster roll.
Wow.
And then obviously I met cool people on radio.
Yeah, of course. Not me. Never do anything cool.
I have a picture with Mr. Mosby.
Wait, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to hang it up. Like the boys next door have the sports memorabilia. We're gonna hang up. It's like
all our Instagrams.
We're gonna hang up our picture of Mike and Mr. Mosby.
Yeah, that'll be our new background.
Yeah, perfect. All right, but that's it. I think that's
all
all we got.
Everyone. Episode 3.
Episode 3 in the book. So we'll
have
see you
great
guys.
Weekend.
Have a great 4th of July. We'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Talk of the Townies. Like, subscribe, rate, comment. Follow me on Instagram at Just Abby to Be Here, and follow Mike at Mike Montiel. If you're feeling extra crazy, follow at the Bravo Bottoms. Yep. And that's it. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.